Uh, it's a Saturday evening here at Detroit Shrimp and Aquatics. It's been a really good day. Super hot outside. We did water changes today. Um, and we actually are viewing a little something a little different today. I mean, I know this is a shrimp channel, but who doesn't like the birth of an animal within our hobby. And these, this is the fourth, I think the fourth time they laid eggs. Oh, my super red Severums, you know, they're pretty expensive, at the store as baby, little. But this is the first time that the eggs actually they didn't eat them. They've been in there for two or 3 days, and I went down there a little while ago to look at them, and I was gonna get rid of it. I was like, gosh, those look fuzzy because they all turn like whitish. And when I looked at them, I noticed that they are wrigglers, and so we decided to make a move and get them out of there. Due to the fact that there's there's so many predatory fish in there that'll eat them, other than just the parents eating them, so no one else can eat them. So we went in there, got them out. I have a 5 gallon tank that I had shrimp in, and I drained it. I don't know, maybe I don't know, half a gallon or something, less than half of a gallon, and filled it up with the tank water. Have a heater in there. Have it, same temperature, same water, same everything. And I put them in the 5 gallon. I have the sponge filter kicking away. It's creating a bunch of flow in there, and these babies are so far along. They're actually just starting to live off of their yolk sac. So everything you see right there is the babies. They've hatched, and they're just now feeding just off of that yolk sac. So um, so looks like we're getting another tank, because that's the thing is I had tanks. I had 29 gallon, the talls, but my buddy's got some 30 longs. They're drilled, but if I go cover the holes, I could probably get one of them, and then they'd have a 30 gallon long tank to swim in as they get bigger. Um, or what I could do is it depends on how many we have in this. I mean, I could put them in the pleco tank, the 20 gallon long pleco tank. Once they get big enough and they're swimming around, I could scoop them out and put them in there. Uh, they could raise up well in there because there's a lot of food in there, and all sorts of stuff. They would do really good in there. So and it's like I mean, Severums are they're good sellers. South American, South African fish. And the super reds like we have, they're not cheap because they're super reds. And then the other one that uh, I wish these were his babies, but they're not. Um, he was really expensive, about the size of a quarter, and I paid $25 for him. So uh, my buddy at the store, he said that he buys or he sells them. I don't know what he say. He gets them in. They're $15 a piece or something like that, or they're sold for yeah. I think he sells them for $15, so I could sell them for $7.50 each. But I mean, if all those in there live, I mean, that's not even the whole thing. That's just the busiest spot, with the babies in there. But if they all live, I'd probably get, I don't know, 30 or more babies out of it. So That'd be real cool. Not only to sell them, but to what the best part about this is the parents are to the point now to where they won't eat them. So now my whole decision is I don't know. I don't know if well, I guess I could probably just leave it as it's going, but I don't want it, messing up the tank and disturbing the tank. Constantly they lay eggs like every, I don't know, every other month or something. And, the tanks all got to be on guard and they're, going after each other all the time. So I don't know if maybe I should just, um, I don't know, pull them and put them in their own tank. Because I mean, if they're in a 120-gallon tank, they're big fish. I'd have to pull them and put them in at least a 75, just the two of them. I can't take them out of 120 and put them in a 50-gallon or a 30-gallon just because they breed. That wouldn't be fair. You can't do that to an animal. Pull them out and just put them in a little thing, little tank, because that's where you want them to breed. I mean, they need room. That's one thing I didn't like about doing discus. They're like keep them in a little tank. They breed and do this that. And it's just I don't know. It's kind of like they're trapped in a cell or a cage. It's the shrimp. Holy heck, they probably think that the 10-gallon tank is the Taj Mahal. You know, they're so small, but it's just fish that big. I can't put them in a small tank, and I don't know. I mean, as much as I love all the fish in there, I'd get rid of all the fish before I got rid of the severums. Because they're parents. I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get a whole nother tank again. I mean, I do shrimp. I don't do fish. We have a fish tank, to have fish, to own some fish that are pretty and that we like, and you know, I don't wanna, I don't wanna own more fish tanks. Plus, everything we're changing down here in the basement, in the store area, it'd be too much. So, I mean, we could keep doing it like this, let them lay their eggs. And now that I know that they're, doing what they're supposed to do with them, I could probably pull them out, the following day and just put a bubbler on them, you know, um, a bubbler or, something creating a lot of flow, get some malachite blue, you know, keep fungus off and stuff like that. I've never done this before. Well, I mean, with rainbows, my little rice fish, but they lay the eggs. You don't even know where they are. Next thing you know, you got fish swimming around your fish tank. Red fish, blue fish, what's shaking bacon? Got some super red severn babies here. Just hatched like I don't know last night or this morning. Thanks, brother. It's Saturday and it's 70 some degrees out. I don't think it's gonna be too busy around here. I was out cutting the grass and doing everything I could today. Oh, got everything out, opened up the pool, dumped all the product in there, took the cover off. I mean, we did a whole bunch. I did water changes, changed the 120, all sorts of stuff. Change of water, man. Nice. Yeah. I mean, it's just constant, constant change in water. But I'm all done with the tanks now. So tanks are done. And now what I'm doing is just running the water through the RO so I can fill the buckets back up. I mean, that's 35 gallons. I get so that's like 7 hours of running water. Yeah, the Wrigglers are super red Severums. We thought that the eggs were dead because they took like a cream color. They turned white after like 2 days, but they weren't eating them. And then today when I came down, I looked and they had like a brown hue over them, and I looked and it was like eyeballs or something. I was like, oh my god, what is that? And we looked closer, and it was the babies. So I pulled them out of the 120 gallon and put them in a 5 gallon. That's where they're at with all the same water and stuff. Yeah, it's I wish it could be made a lot faster. I don't understand. It's I don't know. It's kind of like I want to buy a 200 gallon tub and just fill it up. But geez, oh Pete's. Do you get more than 5 gallons an hour of RO? Because I get 5 gallon, approximately 5 gallons of RO an hour, and the same, or it's right there. If I run both buckets empty, the wastewater might be maybe a gallon or 2 gallons more at the toward the top than the RO is. Fishy Fun 57. We are lurking. That is good. It's good that you're lurking. RO speed equals money. I know, right? You know, got to get it faster, and I just don't know how. I wish it could come out of the faucet real fast like the tap water does, but oh yeah, today was feeding day. I fed everybody this morning. Well, this afternoon I fed them. Takes me exact 24 hours to make 40 gallons of water. My setup is tiny, but I'm going to be upgraded. My setup's tiny too. My buckets, they're trash cans, like out of a baseball stadium. They're blue, same thing, same shape. They're 25 gallons, and I fill it up, and then I pump it out of those. It just says my Norton's working. With this new computer, I have Norton on here instead. I have to put my other security on here, but um, uh, oh, so 25 gallons approximately. So as it's filling up, I pump it out into my buckets, and then I cap them, and I keep 7 buckets full of RO water, and then I fill the can up too. So I have 35, 45, 55, around 60 gallons, all the time of RO water ready to go. But I mean, yeah, it takes time. It takes a couple days. Yeah, so if you run yours for 24 hours, uh, I'd have 120 gallons of RO water. Yeah, and you only make 40 gallons. It's probably because I have that pump on mine. I have a special. It's an RO pump that hooks to your corresponds with your RO setup, and the water goes. I think it goes through the pump into the RO. Yeah, in the pump, out of the pump, into the RO, and RO out. Uh, it pressurizes it so it can shove more water. It raises the pressure to shove more water through the filters than just the pressure of the sink itself. So yeah, five gallons an hour. That's good. So I'm triple. I make triple what you make. Probably just because I have that pump, but that pump was worth it. The pump was like 100 and it was like I don't know 130 or 150. I don't know, maybe 180 bucks. It was kind of up there, but when I thought because when I tried it before, when I just ran it regular, so slow, it just peed out. I was like, this would take 3 days, and so there's a store right down the street from me, and then my buddies, hey, pumpkin in the house, what's going on? And my buddy's got them too at his store, so I went up there and he told me about them and said, "Yeah, get one." And uh, it's not bad. 5 gallons every hour. I don't think that's bad at all. So I actually want it faster. So, um, but it is what it is. I have literally no water made, so I'm starting from scratch tonight. How you doing, Fish? No, I'm not RO King. Same here. Trash cans, 44 gallon. RO water in there, and I then remineralize and then pump back out into my tanks. Yeah, see, I don't remineralize in the can in the trash can. I don't want that buildup in there. So all I do is just the water, and then I pump it out, and then I remineralize in the buckets. But that's the only reason I do the buckets. Because think you have 44-gallon thing. Now just think if you filled up 5 buckets or 6 buckets, capped them, and put them off to the side, and had that 44-gallon tub filled up. You got a small setup, but now you have a ton of water that's already ready to go at any time. So like top offs, let's just say you do top offs from evaporation. You just go over, grab you a bucket, and start doing your fill-ups. You know that way you have that big tank you know ready at all times, but you have buckets too to do smaller things. I mean, that's what I do. I put the buckets off to the side, and they're not in my way at all. So it works well. The more, the better. Hanging in there, man. Hey, B, what are we looking at? Oh, they are super red Severum babies. They just hatched. Had to have just hatched this morning. Because I came down to see. Because I was gonna get rid of them. They're on top of a pleco cave. They keep laying on top of a pleco cave. So I came down to see if they're dead because I was gonna scrape them off and get rid of them. And I seen the fuzziness, the brown stuff. I was like, what is this? And I went and got my glasses and looked, and I seen all the wrigglers. So I took it out of the 120 and I put it in a 5 gallon. So, yep, they're baby super red Severums. Oh, Pumpkin King, did you change your name? S550? Yes, you did. I think. You weren't S550 before. Oh, I see. I remember with plant stuff as opposed to like salty shrimp. Oh, you put plant. Oh, you don't do shrimp stuff? You don't have shrimp? Just plant stuff? Or do you have shrimp too? Dude, I love your super reds. Yeah. Well, the male's massive. He's super thick too. He's probably 2 inches wide. At the upper crown up there. He's a real big boy. And then um, the funny thing is my sister, mom and dad, fish are awesome. Luke's toys and stuff. No, I didn't change my name. Oh, it was always S550? I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was something else before. So yeah, that's the males. They've done it. I think this is their fourth time. I believe it's the fourth time. But the other times, they just eat them. And I'm like, okay. And then this time, uh, they started to turn white. And, but it was like, I don't know, a day and a half, 2 days into it, they went from, the clear to the white. And I was like, oh, I think those are all dead. And then I came down this morning. It's probably since they turned white. I don't know. It's probably been a day, day and a half. And I came down, looked at them. Like I said, I was gonna scrape them off, get rid of them, and there they were wriggling around. So I hurried up. We got them out of the tank and got them to safety. And so now they're in a 5 gallon tank filled up with the same water out of the tank that they were in, temperature and everything. So Not only can I breed and raise shrimp, I can breed and raise fish. That was my main thing I used to do anyways before I did the shrimp. So doing fish is just as easy. Plecos, all that stuff. Do you have any long fins? I only have one left. The pair I had, uh, you're talking plecos, right? What? The snails won't eat the baby no. Fish, will they? No. All right, just making sure. No, they'll just eat any of the dead ones. Okay. The dead eggs. Longfin plecos, you talking? You got to be talking because Severums don't come long fins that I know of. Maybe they do, but I had a pair, a breeding pair, and I put them in that 120, and the brown bristle nose, the females didn't like that female, and they just been kind of keeping her away from the food, beating her up, and she passed away. Oh, I don't know, probably a week ago. She was skinny because they didn't like her, I guess. So the male's in there and he's fine. But he's all I have now. That's so I don't know if he'll be able if those bristle nose will breed with that long fin because if they do, then hey, I should get long fins out of it. But I have the L333s, and I have the bristle nose. Just the regular brown bristle nose, but they come out albinos and regulars. So yeah, I got a 20 long right now with 3 batches in it. So you figure if minimum 100 per batch, which they're way more than that. I got over 300 bristle nose in a 20 long right now. But yeah, no. Yeah, they only bred for me once too. They bred a lot. I think their first batch was like, I don't know, 40 some. And then they were in my cherry tank. And then like the cherries stopped breeding so much, and I thought it was because of the plecos, and so I got them all out of there, put them in another tank. They just never did good after that first tank. It's like I don't know. Then I had them by themselves, and then I had to move some tanks, and I was just like, all right, look, I'll put all my plecos in one tank. Why not? I mean, bristle nose or bristle nose, just some are long fin and the other ones aren't. And yeah, they didn't like that female. So, how much do you sell the Severums for? Uh, well, this is my first batch, but they say my buddy says when he sells them at a store, they're $15. So I don't know. Give me some time to grow them up and ask me again. This is my first batch, though. That's why we're kind of super excited because the other 3 times ate them all. So um, now we're pretty excited. Now the tank has gravel in the bottom, which they should be fine. I mean, they got their yolk sac, so by the time they can sit and wriggle down in the gravel, and as they get stronger, they'll just up and swim out of it, anyways. So I mean, a bare bottom probably would have been a little better, but I mean, I don't think any of them will die because I have gravel in the bottom. It's not like they're going way down in there and getting lost, and it should be just fine. But yeah, I don't think you can see it. No, maybe I'll put the camera back there in a minute. It's charging over where it's at right now. On this tank, it's plugged in over there. But yeah, we got lucky because I went with my sister, and the big male that I have, they were selling 2 of them a long time ago, and I bought them both. So I put one in my tank and one in my wife's tank. Well, then I wanted to go to discus and do all this other stuff, so I took them in, swapped them in, and got other stuff, whatever. and so we kept him. And my wife calls him Crush, like the orange pop. So yeah, it's Crush. So anyways, I went back up to that store with my sister, quite a while after, and they had little Severums again. And she's like, "Oh, I want one." I was like, "Well, I'll get another one too. Why not?" And it ended up being a female, and it's from the same breeder. So then I guess the guy who would breed them, Mama says she's super duper excited. Then I guess the guy that would breed him, I guess he had a fire at his house or something, so he sold his Severums to one of the guys that worked at the store. So I guess he has the rest, but I don't know if he's breeding them. But so yeah, just give me, I don't know, see how long it takes to raise them up to a good size to where they could travel. I've never, like I said, I've never raised them before, so I don't know how fast it'll take before I can put them in a bag and get them to you. But Crush and Sunny, oh yeah, they're called Crush and Sunny. Yeah, Pumpkin King. That's not Luke. That's my wife. Yeah, don't worry, I'll sell you some. I won't get rid of them all. Yeah, because they're hard to get. The super reds, they had the greens and stuff like that. And, I don't. You know how many Severums I went through? Red shoulders, raspberries or strawberries, this color, that color, all this, and they said that they'd color up, and they never did. They just were a boring color. So I'd take them back, trade them in, and this and that. So yeah, we got the two super reds, and then the other one that I have in there, he's actually, they're one of the rarer ones. Um, yeah, that's Miss Detroit, but yeah, Luke's only 8. He can't type that good yet. But yeah, the other one I have, he's a male because my big male keeps running him away. Because he don't want him breeding with the female. So I wonder if I could plug it in over there. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can plug plug. I'll run an extent. I got extension cord sitting on the floor. I'll run it over there so I can plug the phone in. Oh, I got to put it on the stand. 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. So rise, rise, rise. said that already. Jesus. All right. Well, hey, you ever see fish swim upside down? How you like that? Bet you can't do that, pumpkin. How's that? Is it straight now?
Yeah, it was upside down.
It can't be upside down.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not upside down. You're upside down.
I'll feed him. Move it.
My sound is lower today. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I don't know what the deal is with this computer. Hold on. I don't know if that makes it any better. I have to figure it out. Hey, can you shut that lamp off? I'm getting a bad glare from that little lamp. Thank you. There we go. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
So how's that? Can you hear me any better, or is it still low? You see that one back there with all the color on it. That's the one. That's the other one I got that I paid a lot of money for when he was just a little baby. And that clouded archer up top too with all the black spots. He was expensive too. But up, see the female bristle nose down there at the bottom. And I have one of those Japanese sucker fish over there too. Had that thing probably for 3 years now. Up there's the fancy fin male, right above the female. He's swimming around over there. Hey, I did get my donation done. My wife said it's the best. $6 I'll spend every month. You donated? I didn't even see it. It didn't even go off. Maybe it was after I had after the stream was on. I'll have to check. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it, sir. How do you like these Severums? And can you hear me any better? If not, I'm gonna have to figure out. Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, it's on. Oh, it's good now. All right, because he said I'm lower today than I was yesterday. Really? Oh my gosh. So how do you like those, Pumpkin? Oh yeah, and I got Corvette gosh, what are those called? Corvensis, or I did it last night. I did the monthly, so in case I forget, LOL sounds much better. Thank you very much, and thank you very much so much for setting up a monthly donation, dude. That's really cool. I really really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Everyone here appreciates it very much so. So thank you. But how you like that tank? There's a blue dolphin up there. You like blue dolphins? I got him. He wasn't but a half inch long. See it. Phone's way over there, so it spits a little bit, but it's still holding on strong. Yeah, I got Bosemani rainbows. I have the three Savrams. I have three archers. I got 9 plecos. Uh, uh, God, see, I call them cigar fish. The ones toward the bottom. They're not crevences. Gosh, I can't think of the name of them, but they got big fat lips and they look like cartoon characters that would smoke big fat cigars. Oh yeah, and then there's that orange Japanese pleco down there. Suckerfish, I should say. Have that blue dolphin up there. Oh yeah, yep. We got some panda Corys in there. I think we got like four, but um, two of them I got. I think one's gone. It died a long time ago or something. But two of them were like raspberry or strawberry Corys. I don't know. They said that they're really rare. And we got two panda Corys. I think there's four or five in there. But and I think that there's a few shrimp that never got chowed up either. So I drop them in there every once in a while. Uh, and they made it all the way to the bottom. So, but look how red that Severn is. It's got a blue face, red top and bottom. I've never seen a Severn. Every Severn I've ever bought, none have ever turned colors. Not a single one of them. And those right there, I bought him. He was literally the size of a quarter. And it cost me $25 for a size of a quarter. And I was like, boy, this thing better have color to it. And after he had the heavy black stripes when he was a baby, but after that he just you could see the color building up as he got older. So then he's gotten this big, and he's nowhere even. Look at the big daddies back there, the big orange one. He's in the back, and that one with the black stripes ain't but half the size of him. So we got a long time to go with Severums. They get big and they grow slow, and they eat like pigs. But I've been feeding them. I feed them uh, like a mealworm, not kind of. I don't know what kind of. Yeah, like a mealworm, but I do the freeze dried ones. Well, I'm all out. So I got real ones, small real ones, and oh, they love them. So it has even more protein, well, because they're not dried out and everything. So you get the live food, so it's better. But yeah, I mean, I understand this is a shrimp channel, and you know, um, everyone comes on here for shrimp, but I had to. I don't know. We get excited about our stuff, so we have Severn babies, and it kind of just shows that we could do more than just shrimp. So it shows where we come from, our roots, and you know we can do a lot more than just. Yeah, look at a fat head on that big orange Severn right there. He's a big boy. That's daddy. Mama's down there in the rocks pecking around. But yeah, see the size difference. He's half the size as that one with, or the other one. See, he's like, get away from my girl, and then she's like, you better get out of here. But it's got all plastic plants in it. It's my way to thank you for all the knowledge because I can't order shrimp right now because of the move. Well, I appreciate it very much. Look, you don't. I did last night. Yeah. You don't have to, but I mean, we're very grateful for it. So, it really helps out a lot. So, thank you so much. But yeah, so we had, the tank was packed full of real plants for a long time, and then as the fish got bigger, it was mainly the severums. They just, you put the plants in there, they don't want them there, so they pull them out, and they pull the the leaves off. But if you watch them, they don't like pull the leaf off to destroy it; they pull it off to eat it. So when I feed the plecos in there, French cut green beans, oh my, the savrums, all of it, man, they go for that. Those green beans, boy, they love green beans. So that's, they eat the plants because they like that. They like their salads. They like their veggies. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, see how he chases? He's always chasing that other male around. But yeah, I took the eggs earlier. What is it? 9 o'clock. I don't know, probably about 4. So hopefully they don't freak out too much the rest of the night. Oh gosh, I can't think of it. Trying to think of the name of that fish in the back. The little gosh, I can't think about it. I can't think of the name of it. So, but yeah, I just the canister filter. I just took it apart. I don't take the canister filter apart, but maybe every 6 8 months. Um, because it's really not there. I don't really use it. I mean, it cleans stuff, but I really don't use it to clean stuff. It's more or less there um, as a biological. It's just packed full of bacteria and stuff, and I mean, it's got filters pads in it and everything, and all the stones and bio balls and everything. So uh, it's more or less for that. But anyways, the light was burnt out in it. The light that kills all like the whatever the heck it kills. I can't remember algae, not algae, but yeah, it's supposed to kill that when it comes in. It like zaps it, and then it goes out, and all the stuff's dead in it. Kills it, so the water's cleaner. Um, Algae and gosh, what else? I can't remember what else it is. It must be after 9 o'clock. Yes, it is. So that was burnt out. I don't know how long that was burnt out for. Shoot, that could have been burnt out for 6 months for all I know. I just noticed it probably 2 months ago, a month ago, and so my buddy ordered a bunch at the store, and that's why I went up there the day before yesterday. I picked up one of those, so I took the filter apart, cleaned everything, rinsed everything out. That's all I do is I rinse it all out, dump the dirty water out, rinse out all the pads, change them if I have to. If not, then I just stick it all right back in there with the pads rinsed out and all the stones rinsed off. I don't do anything with them. Don't put them under boiling water or nothing. I put it back together and there you go. I just rinse the pads out really good. But my main filter is the 110 that's back there. That's the one that that does the big haul more. That's what I use to, I take the pads out of that clean. It just has one big huge pad. I used to run two, but now I run the big pad and I run some smaller, tighter. The pad with the blue side and the white side. I run that on top to kind of buffer the water a little more, and then I have the bags of stone up there. So kind of doing it a little different than I used to. But I used to run two 110s on there and the canister filter. And I like overfiltration, but it just seemed like it was way too much. So I took one of the 110s off and I just run the small canister and the 110, and it works good. Had the background on there for the longest time. Looked good, but like if water like splashed out the back, if we were doing something, it'd get caught between the background and the glass, and you could see it. It looked like crap. So the walls are all painted brand new white, so it kind of looks neat. It's just you can see everything back there. So I'm thinking of just getting some more and doing something different because we had the black background and it looked cool, but just wasn't I don't know. I guess it was just old. I'm tired of looking at it just black. And then I'm really not big into the blue. I had it when I was breeding discus, and I didn't care for it at all. Let me turn this light on because I think these tanks are gonna shut off. I'm so excited. So, yeah, there you go. So we do more than shrimp here. I mean, we don't like breed fish. Just, I mean, I'll sell anything. Breed my plecos, sell those. We do breed plecos to sell. To make money. But we didn't plan on these fish breeding. But since they are, and if we can grow them up, then we'll sell big, huge, super red Severums too. And look, I mean, the dad's a monster. The mom's pretty big too, but she's only, you know, she's only so big, but he's a beast. And his big, huge, flowy fins, they're all super pretty. And he has that, design on him all the way to the tip of his nose. It's like, you know, uh, a maze. He's got the maze because Luke wanted to call him Maisie because it looks like you start a maze in one spot and you got to get out somewhere, but there's nowhere to get out. But yeah, he's just beautiful. The other one was just like him. It was like his twin. They were brothers. They came from the same breeder, and I don't know if they were. I don't know, but I bought them both, and yeah, when I sold mine, I got robbed. The guy gave me like peanuts for it. So, but you live and you learn. So it is what it is. Hopefully, he's having a good life. But yeah, so that's like I said, we're not a fish channel, but I don't mind showing the stuff. So people see that our skill isn't just with shrimp. So I mean, I can do it on both ends. Calvis. I think those are, yeah, it's called a Calvis. The one down there at the bottom, small fish by the pleco tank. They have those big fat lips, and they look like they're smoking big fat cigars. Like from some cartoons and stuff from back when we were kids. Calvis, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called a Calvis. And then there's something, it's called something else too, but it's got a couple names. But Calvis, I'm almost positive. But yeah, so that's how I wanted to do it a little today was to show it, show a little something different, instead of the same stuff. I mean, but see, the thing is, uh, I like coming on here and just talking about shrimp. Sorry, we got the whole family listening while we pack. Oh no, don't be sorry. That's cool. Pack away. Just don't let any animals get in your luggage. I remember we had a dog when I was little, and every time my parents would take us, we grew up in Pennsylvania in the mountains every summer. So once school was over, we left. Me and my brother would leave for the whole summer, be gone till like 3 or 4 days before school started. But we lived up in the mountains, and every time we go on vacation, that dog of ours, he would uh, in the luggage, And back then, the luggage wasn't soft. They're hard shelled luggage bags. So he'd get in there, and when he'd like lay down in the top, would go clunk, it'd close up, and he wouldn't say nothing. He wouldn't do nothing. He didn't want to be left behind because we used to have my uncle lived across the street, and they used to watch him. But yeah, he wanted to go with us. So you always got to make sure that your animals do not get into your bags. Um, gosh, you just found a house and now you're packing up already? Jeez, oh Pete, you guys don't waste time, do you? Man, you guys must be excited. I don't think your Mustang's gonna be so excited. It's gonna have to sit out in the rain because I'm sure the wife ain't gonna let her car sit out in the rain. So your Mustang sit inside the garage so it don't get wet. I don't know. I guess we're gonna see who wears the jeans in this family, aren't we? Something tells me Mrs. Pumpkin's not gonna be wanting to go out and water spots on her car. That's all I'm saying. I had the wife pull her car in today because it looked like it was gonna storm. I mean, it was like 73, 74 today. I mean, it was hot. I was pouring sweat. Luke's like, Dada, you're sweating because I was putting the pump and everything on the pool. We pulled the top off and everything and packed it full of bleach, or not bleach, but chlorine and everything, and to kill all the green algae and stuff. And I told him, I said, man, it's warm out. Once I get, that's another thing. Once I get an idea in my head, I go, and it's like, it's like go 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 go. Oh yeah, I got the donation over here. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it just didn't say it. Yeah, because he did it when we were off. But thank you so much. You're the cat's meow. But oops. So what was it? Oh yeah. So yeah. And then after we did because I told my wife, I say, put all that stuff in here. So Luke, by the time it warms up in a few days, I said, Luke probably be able to go swimming. And she said, well, I can't put all the stuff in there without the filter and the pump and everything. I said, oh boy, here we go. So I had to go out to the shed and get it all and set it up. I don't know. It probably took me probably 20 minutes, because we pack all that stuff up. I take it all down because I don't want my pump freezing. I don't want the filter. I take there's a little screw cap. Um, I take screw cap off and let it drain out. I probably let it drain for 2 weeks before I store it for winter. So the sand inside will, drain out as much as possible and the air will get in there and dry it because if it freezes, you're gonna ruin it. So we take the caps and covers off of everything and let it all dry out. Then I put it in the garage, but I put the pump out there. She packed it all up last year for me. Put it all out there. We take all the hoses off, everything, and then yeah, I just came out and hooked it all up. Now the back of the house, I don't like where it's at, but I'm not gonna change it because it's already cut into the brick. But I'll just get a real safe the GFI, the outside plug with a big plastic cover on it. But the plug is about a foot to the left of the hose bib. Um, and for those who don't know what a hose bib is, it's the water faucet outside. If you look it up, it's called a bib. But so it's to the left of it. It used to have the little doors on it, but the top one's gone. Well, anyways, when we bought the house, the cord coming in, they cut it or they unhooked it from the panel when they put a brand new panel in. So I'm gonna go out there, take it all off, and put a whole brand new hookup in there, and I'm gonna rewire it, put it in the panel, and have it on its own setup. because right now, for the past, I don't know, we've lived here 6 years now. We've been running the power. We run an extension cord from the garage to the pool. I don't like doing that because extension cords aren't really made for um, such a heavy draw like that unless you have a big heavy cord. So I'm going to uh, put a new plug on the outside. It's gonna be the ones for water and stuff, so they won't let any water in. And then plug it in, have the cord come out the bottom, and close that door and lock it, and it's sealed all the way around, so no water can get in. Just have the pool plugged in there. And if I have to have some sort of extension cord, it'll only be like 5 foot, and it'll be super thick, heavy gauge. So instead of running that big long extension cord, and then we can charge because we have like pool vacuums that charge up. Uh, that we always have to bring in the house and charge in the spare bathroom. So I'll make it and to where we do that too, and have a little like a table out there so they don't sit in the mud. So yeah, that's what we did today in the shrimp tank. So yeah, anyways, I forgot to say I fed them bug bites this morning. Let's say about noon, because yesterday after uh the channel went off, I was supposed to go and feed them. Yeah, I forgot. Went upstairs, told Luke that I was off the computer, never got down here. So I came down here fast today, fed them the bug bites, and then uh when I moved the baby Severums over to their tank, I thought, well, they still have their sacks that they're eating on, but let me put some Bacter AE in there. So that'll help build up some bacteria, that they can peck at, when in a couple days when their yolk sacs are gone. Because I have food to feed them. I've had it, for my rainbows when they would have babies. It's like a powder. It's First Bites, I think it's called. But yeah, um, gosh, I lost where I was going with that. Oh, so yeah, then instead of just feeding them, I came over. I fed all the shrimp tanks with Bacter AE also. So they got the bug bites this morning. Then they got a nice spoon of Bacter AE. So they're good to go. They got their meals for the day. They're happy. So yeah, now the lights are going off. Usually I kick them back on, but like last night when Luke's down here, gosh, they were on till I don't know 1:30 in the morning or something. So I got to start letting those go off, and these basement lights, I can't stand them. I gotta get them out of here. All this, the last few things up here, these last strip pieces of wood and the wire running through here. I've been doing electrical for I don't know. I did it for I don't know 16 years or something. So I wire everything up myself. But I'm gonna put all can lights in here, but I want to hide them up. I don't even want the brackets showing, so I'm gonna tack them up. So if you're standing like at the stairs, you can't see. I mean, when you walk over here, of course you're gonna see them up in the joists and stuff. But I want them to be kind of hidden. But I don't know. I'm not set on exactly what I want. That's why I haven't done it yet. Because there's a closet. Nope. Oh, is it back over there? Yeah, back over there. All that right down over there. That's a closet over by the laundry room. I'm gutting all that out. Um, it was there when we bought the house, and it just houses like my work clothes and stuff, and it doesn't need to house my work clothes. It's just when I go to work, I don't like to get dressed and stuff upstairs and wake people up. So I come downstairs and I have the lights on. I can get dressed. I can talk to myself. you know, uh, watch stuff on the phone, YouTube videos, whatever to help myself wake up. Maybe have a glass of coffee, cup of coffee. That's why we like the basement so much, because it's a house. I mean, it's 1,200 square feet. My upstairs is 1,200, and down here it's 1,200. So it's another house, So yeah, we love the basement. That's why we do so much, running, dehumidifiers. I mean, we have to with the fish tanks. If we didn't have the fish tanks, we wouldn't have to. But I mean, the wintertime it's really warm, and summertime it's real cool down here. So, but what do we got? Sorry, we got the whole family listening while we pack. LOL, it's gonna suck being outside. What's gonna suck being outside? It's gonna suck. Oh, being outside. What? Because you can now go outside because the weather's nice? We have 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks, Jesus, and you're packing now? That should be like 2 days, 2 or 3 days before you move. That's where the excitement is. It's go, 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 go. Just throw everything to a bunch of boxes, mark it, because it's getting pulled right back out the same day when you throw it in the truck. And then make sure you check. I don't know if you're going to do U-Haul, but we just did U-Haul for my mother. And you can have the truck for, I don't ever remember them allowing you to rent it for 24 hours. So if you come get it at 8 in the morning, you have to return it by 8 in the morning the next day. So let's say you go get the truck at like 10 in the morning, bring it home, and then take all day. Well, not all day, but you take, most of the day, all day loading it, and then drive it over there. Take your time, and then just have it return it the next morning. I don't ever remember that happening. I always thought that, I mean, when I was younger, you had to have the truck back before it closed, but now it's 24 hours. I was like, oh wow, that's cool. But we used it for. I moved my mom's whole apartment, packed it, moved it, unpacked it, and returned the truck in an hour and 40 minutes. So there was only, well, me, my brother, one of my carpenter buddies, my wife, my brother's wife, and Luke and my buddy's grandson. I mean, we just banged it out. Go, go, go. Hey, have you ever tried a Sun canister filter? That's about what I have under there right now. It's just not Sun. It's the other one, but they're identical. It's the white one. Yeah, that's what I have under there. That's why I just put the new light in. The light was burnt out, and I put the new light in, clean the propeller or the impeller, all that stuff. But yeah, they're not bad. Lumpy dog, what's going on? I have a Sun on my 75 gallon. I had it for a few years with no issues. I don't like using canister filters, but it does work okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I don't like using canister filters. It's more there. It's more for just a bacterial, I mean, not mechanical, but the other one. Uh, it's just to house gunk, to keep the water, keep the tank, always healthy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I see people getting those what are those X6 or 6X or yeah, those real big things. They look like trash cans. Not Fluval. They're not made by Fluval, but they're real expensive. They look pretty good, but I don't know. In my opinion, nothing beats a 110. It just doesn't. I mean, those things do. I think it's 500 and some gallons an hour. It'll filter through a 110. Yeah, I think it's like 500 gallons in an hour. Now the canister filter I have under. Well, the phone fell. Hopefully it didn't bust. See why that stuff's dangerous? Those little cheap tripods. You know, it's got like a rubber top and a rubber bottom. I don't know. I had it in there really good, and it literally just, I don't know if my wife touched it, but yeah, ghosts. Oh yeah, FX6. Yeah, but anyways, it just popped out. $1,000 phone. Just that's why I checked everywhere today, every store possible to get a. I want a Logitech. Was it 920 or better, 922, whatever. Every store is completely. There's not a store around that has one for sale. I tried everywhere. I emailed somebody that's been on there on Craigslist for 10 days. They had one for sale. Never got an answer. I called Myers, Target. Get this. I called Target and I said, "Do you guys have a Logitech webcam?" He said, "We don't have any webcams at all." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Sir, we don't have laptops, we don't have computers, and we don't have webcams. We are completely sold out of everything." I was like, "You don't even have a computer?" He said, "No, we do not have computers in stock." Oh, oh man, my neck's killing me from that accident. That's still, man. I don't know if I'll ever be working again. But yeah, nobody. I called Disc Replay, the Game Stops, everything. Just asking, "Hey, you guys got Logitech cameras? You got Logitech webcams? Got this webcam?" Nope. We're all out. Sorry. And they're like, "We're checking over 100 miles, within 100-mile range, and no one's got any." That's what Best Buy told me. 100 miles. My wife's like, "Man, you're gonna have to talk to somebody in one of these other states and see if they could get us one, because like I can't even order it online. They're all out." And then like if I go to like what is it, like let's say like Myers or Walmart. I think Walmart like $69.99 for the 920. At Best Buy, they want like $154 on their website online. I'm like, you can lick my armpit. I'm not doing it. No. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I just don't like using the phone because the phone works, but like I wouldn't be able to film way over there. I mean, unless I took the computer over there, which would be easy, but with a webcam. But I just don't like it because it's hard to. I don't know. I got an idea of how I want to do this, but my whole thing. What I might do is I'm thinking of building like a bar, like a hand, like a shelf all the way across out of like some expensive oak or something, maybe about a 4 inch, and then put it on some L brackets and screw it into the metal. And then I'll have that shelf on everyone, and then I can put my camera on that or something. I don't know, but I mean that's probably the best. And then, like I said, if I use some nice oak or something and like seal it, if it gets wet, it'll be totally fine. And but I'd rather not screw anything onto it. But uh, I don't know how else to do it. If I would have thought about it before, then I could have like put some hooks on it, then put the plywood on it, then put the tanks on it, and it would have just been held in place. I wouldn't have had to screw anything. But I never thought about the camera part of it, and so I don't know. I've got a lot of ideas in my head, of how I can do it. I just have to come up with something. But so yeah, it's just a stream of fish today. So like I said, the babies are, it's whether it's fish or shrimp, we get real excited. And this is our first batch of super red Severums, so uh, those will be up on the website soon. But Pumpkin King, you will get some. Don't worry about it. You will get some. Lumpy Dog said, "Oh yeah, I read that. I don't like using canister filters, but it does work okay." Yeah, to me, like I was saying, just to read that again, it's the canister filter for me. It's the biological part more than the mechanical because like I said, I just like it. You know, like when I do large water changes, I don't have to worry about it because I shut the canister filter off and then I do a large water change, you turn it back on, that canister filter is just packed with all your biological needs, and it just blows it right into the water, and it's got all, you don't have to worry about, the fish, stressed out or anything, that's what I really like about it. So my 110s, aqua clears are just, I've been using aqua clears since I was probably 12 years old. I've just never changed. Oh yeah, we gotta say a little rest in peace. A little. Uh, there's a pet store over here by us. I grew up going to. Well, not here in the city I live in now, but where I grew up. And shoot, I'm 47. I probably started going there when I was, I don't know, maybe about 14. When I was old enough to ride my bicycle way over there, away from the house. Um, my parents were strict, so you had to be a certain age to, they had to know that you weren't going to do dumb stuff and ride out in the street. So I've been going to this place ever since. It's kind of like, like my boy said the other day, it was, they were, it's kind of like they're known for being a dump, a hole in the wall. Even though it wasn't a dump, it was just really dark and dingy. But when I was younger, like all the tanks were up and running, and all had super cool fish. Now you go in, like you walk down the aisles, and like there'd be, you know, 7, 8 tanks that are empty, and the glass is all dirty, and the lights are off, and then there's tanks that have like fish in them, and the lights are off, and it's like, what's going on here? Well, I don't know. I guess a couple weeks ago they announced they're closing for good. So, like I said, I'm 47, so it's probably been there 40 years that I know of, because the guy who owned it, a kid worked for him, and then I guess he made a deal with the kid, and the kid took over, and the guy went, he was getting older, and he went home and, kind of more or less retired, and the kid ran it, and man just sat at home and, reaped the benefits. I mean, it's his store. Why not? Pay your employees, I mean, but how cool you get to run a pet store and not have the owner there ever, and you have full access to anything. The money to buy stuff, to just bling bling your store out. Well, he never did. Everything was always dusty and cobwebs, and like the wood, you go buy wood and branches and stuff, and they were all dusty and like they've been sitting there for 8 months, and but he always had like brand new filters, brand new 110s, this and that. Everything behind the counter is just sparkly clean, and the fish were healthy, but people were always like, oh, this place is dirty and blah. The guy had probably 40 bad reviews to one good review, but it was never that like his fish are dead in his tanks and this and that. His fish were never dead. I mean, you'd go in there and he'd have discus. I remember I went in there one time, he had discus, and I was like, all right, hey, I'm going to go next door and get money. It was when I was breeding discus. He had these, oh man, these two, or they had four of them. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think there was only two. Well, anyways, it said $400. I was like, well, heck, whatever. I'm gonna go next door and get, because that's another thing. He only accepted cash. Don't know why, but he never accepted anything else. Only cash. So I told him, I said, hey, I said, I want these discus. He's like, Brian, it's gotta be cash, right? And I said, crap. I said, hold on, let me go to 7-Eleven next door. So I went to 7-Eleven, came back. I said, okay, get him. He scooped them out, went up to the counter. He said 800 and some odd dollars. I said, what? What? And he said, or it was, no, I'm sorry. It was like two 225 or something, or it was like $200. And he's like, it's 400 and some dollars. That's what it was. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, what? I was like, 400 and some dollars for what? He's like, the fish. I was like, dude, the tank says like $200. He's like, no, that's each. It doesn't say a pair of discus are $200. He said that's how much they are each. He's like, these are super rare, blah blah blah. So that was that was the last time I went there. But yeah, he had what he needed when he went there. It's just like my boy said, he said he thinks that that's what gave him business, because he had so many negative compliments or comments, not compliments, but so many negative comments that's why people went there, because they actually wanted to see if the store really was as bad as people said. And other than it being dark, he only had the light on at the counter, and the whole place was like black inside, painted black. The carpet was, I don't know. I'm sure it wasn't the color it was when you walked on it. It was just, 50, 60 years old, soaked in fish tank water, and it just evaporated, just dirty. But when you went in there, it was dark. He never had any lights on, none, except in the tanks that had fish in them for sale. And it's kind of like, for what? He didn't have any other filters but sponge filters. And some of them you'd only get a bubble out like every 20 seconds. But his fish never had ick. They were never sick. You never walked in there and there was dead fish, nothing. The guy just had his stuff going on. He knew his shit. So, yeah, they said he's closing. It's a shame, it's, somebody like that can't hang, with, it's online sales and everything. Then this coronavirus and stuff, it's like, I think where he hurts himself is all he does is fish. He does nothing else. Just fish. Well, yeah. Yeah, that's it. But any type, no salt water either. I don't think. No, I don't remember him having any salt water. All fresh water. Yep. Just freshwater fish. So I don't even know if he's completely closed. Somebody said that he had it posted that he's closing. So it's a shame. I wouldn't mind going in there and buying something to remember the place by. Grew up going to that place. Hate seeing stores close like that, for no reason. Cheap tanks for sale. Oh yeah, yeah. Big boys too. He's got one that's got to be I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 gallons. It's got to be 8 foot wide, probably about 5 foot deep, and probably 8 foot tall. It's just a massive tank. When you walk in, it's to the right. When you walk in, close the door, you look to the right, and it's got monster feet, like catfish and this and that, and it's just a monster tank. It's beautiful. I've never seen a fish store ever have that. But, just sad that to see a fish store going out of business. Especially one that's been around, a bazillion years. It's like, I don't know. It's like you have 8,000 Coney Islands. You think I don't care if they're not around no more. I don't need 10 Coney Islands in my city. Drop it down to 1 or 2. But a fish store, they're very far apart. They're far and few between. And to see one close, it's bad. It's not good for the hobby. It's not good for any part of the hobby. But, I'm not saying, no one's business is important. They're all important. But I'm just saying, when you have so many, it's like, down the street from me, I have a mom and pop's hardware store, and then kitty corner Ace opened up. And it's like, why would you do that to a mom and pop store that carries everything and more that you have? They're just a smaller building, but they wanna shut everyone down and take everybody's business and run the place. So I don't even go there unless I have to. I won't go there and shop. I go to my mom and pop store and give them the money. And that's like Petco. I only go there if it's $1 a gallon. I don't buy nothing else from there. I don't, go to any place unless it's something that no one else that I can't get from my mom and pop's pet stores or something, you know, uh, then I'll go. But other than that, I mean, I try to never ever ever go. But sometimes you just can't get around it. Like when the coronavirus started, a lot of stores closed. Well, Ace never closed. So the hardware stores closed. I had to go to Ace to buy the PVC pipe to make my new air system. There's nothing I could do. So they're open again now. So now I'm going to that hardware store. But. So yeah, I hope you guys find it interesting the type of fish that we keep here. I mean, it's just one tank, but it's a mixture of fish that get along very well. Uh, I mean, that blue dolphin's still young, but I don't know what the deal is. Every time I saw a blue dolphin, I always wanted it, and they were always really large and they were really expensive. So there's a store out, it's probably about 40 minutes away. They sell fish cheap, but the reason why they're cheap is because they're real small. It's where we get our scats. Like regular store, you get them like 40, 45 bucks a piece. Well, out there you can get it 10 bucks. They're the size of a nickel. Maybe a little bigger, but they enable you to buy expensive fish. At a third of the price because of the size of the fish. So I got that blue dolphin. He wasn't but God, I'd say maybe 2 inches long. Can't remember how much I paid for him. He wasn't dirt cheap. But then the archers, I got the two big archers. I got those. They were about 2.5, maybe 3 inches. And then the clouded archer, oh God, I got him. He was like a little bigger than a dime with a tail on it. And he was 25 bucks as a little itty bitty baby like that. So, and those are rare. Those are one of the, it's the harder ones to get the clouded archers. But I mean, they're just as pretty as the other ones. But the archers are cool because they're spitting fish. They spit if you don't have lids on your tank, especially, me and Luke would sit outside the tank in the chairs and stuff, and be doing something, and they'd start spitting water at us because they want to get fed. So, we'd start laughing, go over there, give them food, and they love us, but yeah, if they could do it, but a lot of people, they'll like, um, drop the water level like halfway, or they take the lids off the tank and they build like out of chicken wire over the top of it. They box it in, they put branches up there, and they put crickets in there. But not chicken wire, I'm sorry, like mesh in a screen door so the crickets can't get through. But the crickets are just up there. And then the archers come along, they sit there and they start shooting water at them and knock them out of the branches, and they fall in and they eat them. So it enables like the kids and stuff to actually see these fish and how they hunt in their habitat. I just never, we never went that far and did that. I just feed them. I feed the whole tank live crickets. At least I don't know, once every 2 weeks, 2 3 weeks, I dump, dozen and a half in there. Oh, and they all love it. But now I'm putting the live mealworms in there. I feed them the what is it? The tropical granules. I feed them cichlid, these balls. I don't know. Little shrimps, dried shrimps. Yeah, I feed them. Try to give them a bunch of really good, foods. But I. Oh, she's shimmering back there again. I hope they ain't getting ready to lay some more eggs. But um, oh man, my neck's killing me. See, it hurts, and then I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh well. But so yeah, this is I used to have probably 18 more fish in this tank, and I took them out. It's all um, it's just fish that peacocks. Tired of seeing. I just getting picky of my tanks now. Like I was talking yesterday. Peacocks are dime a dozen. You see them everywhere, but oh yeah, but that blue dolphin right there. I've never owned one when it was large to see if they're very aggressive or not. So we'll see. But uh, if I ever sell him, I'll get a good dollar for him because his blue is incredible and they don't fight, so his fins are perfect and he's just a beautiful fish. So but yeah, the dolphins are, I mean, I don't know any store that I could walk into and buy them, but there's one store I travel almost 45 minutes to get there, and they carry exotic stuff here and there, so but yeah, so all right. Well, it seems a little slow here. Not many people. Everybody's doing stuff. They're listening, which I'm really glad. But I've been on here for an hour and 27 minutes. Time doesn't mean nothing to me. That's the thing. I don't mind. I can sit on here. If you guys look back when I started these, I'd be on here for 4 or 5 hours. I don't care. I don't care. I sit here and you know we can talk about, conversate about stuff for the longest amount of time, which is totally fine. It's just I got on late, so it's 10 o'clock now. If I started at 7, oh no, I know you're listening, but it's if I start at 7, it's a little different. I got in here, a little later. Oh, Pumpkin King, don't worry, I don't have a problem talking to myself. Because the thing is that's what I don't. It's my fan base watches my videos, whether they can get on here while I'm doing this or not. Because when I look, like, if I shut this off now or in another half hour or whatever, it'll upload, pretty fast. By the time, it's what, 10 o'clock, by probably 12 o'clock, I already have 20 some views. So it's not that people aren't looking or watching it, it's just when I come, look, it's a nice day today. So, um, people are doing stuff, which is totally cool. Because like I said, everyone watches after and stuff. So I'm good with it. But it's just, I started late. So, Munchkin's in the bathtub right now. So he'll be getting out. Then I got to get in there. By the time we get everything, cleaned up and everything, it'll be 11 o'clock. And I'm trying to get them to go to bed sooner than 4 a.m. every night because it's like, you know, it's just weird. Your times get so messed up. I mean, no joke. I'm staying up till 3, 4 in the morning. Get up at 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's like now there's no morning, and so as the night goes on, I can't come down here and turn all the tanks on and do stuff and this and that. So um, I'm trying to crack the whip on him, which in turn will crack the whip on me and get me in bed sooner. And um, it's just the four the 4 o'clock things. Not it's not healthy, is what I want to say. Is your internal clock? I don't think likes it very much. So that's what I want to try to start breaking us of. And now that we uncovered the pool and we're cleaning it, getting that going, um, once I can get them in there, oh, it's over with. Let him paddle and kick around for a little while. He'll fall asleep the minute he gets out. So we'll be back on track there. But yeah, we just got a laptop from his school. So I guess they got a bunch of stuff on there for the kids to do now, lessons and stuff and this and that, So he's been coming down here and getting on this new laptop. Because that's another thing. I wanted to say thanks to everybody about it if I did. Oh, and another thing, thanks to all the new subscribers I have. I've been forgetting to thank everybody that's been subscribing. I really appreciate it. We all appreciate it here. Um, It's getting up there. I mean, I'm getting close to 300 now. I think I'm over 250. So, I mean, hitting 100 was a big milestone. It's like I felt like YouTube was keeping me from 200, and then like they kept me from 240, and now I'm over 250. So I'm really excited. It's like to hit 300. You know, uh, I don't know. I might have a donut party or something. So I don't drink, so I gotta have maybe hot cocoa and Snickers bars or something. I don't know, something to celebrate, but just to say thank you to everyone. Um, because that's a big deal. So, yeah, we appreciate all that. Pumpkin King, appreciate the donation that you hooked us up with. I mean, that's great. Thank you and your family so much, uh, and your family for watching all the time. That's why I didn't mean to swear earlier like I did. I try to do everything, mark my stuff that it's not for kids, because if I mark that it is for kids, they cut off all the comments. So, I try to never swear. I don't swear around my kids, unless, I stub my toe or something. And, I'm not perfect, but, we don't spank our kids. We don't do anything, I just raise my voice, and that, like, everyone listens, so. But yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody. Thank you, Pumpkin King. Hope you guys enjoy packing your stuff. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'll be on again tomorrow. So I'll try to get on sooner. Um, but I would just want to say thanks to everybody and everything they've been doing. And thank you to everyone that's, like I said, even if you don't buy anything, thank you so much. But it's you, my viewers, and my customers, and my family, my fish family, all right, not fish, but shrimp family. Shrimp fam is what I was looking at. But since the camera's on fish, that's what made me think of it. But well, whatever. We're hobbyists. Thank you so much for spending your money here with us, which enables us to buy things like this to better our videos for you, because you guys deserve, better than, crap. I mean, I didn't know much about the video thing when I started, and, I didn't want to spend what I spent on this thing, but like I said, to have crappy videos that skip and spit and sputter, it's not fair to you guys, because you guys are spending money buying our products and you're watching us. So, it's kind of a respect thing. So it goes both ways. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. Um, and we appreciate you. So instead of wasting your time anymore, we'll say good night. Everybody have a good night. Enjoy the rest of this warm weekend night. And I think it's getting cold tomorrow. On that, stay shrimpy, and we will be talking to you soon from here at Detroit Shrimp and Aquatics.